So I'm Sarah. We're going to be reviewing the Maze Runner movie. I'm here with Julie, my sister, and Austyn, our friend.
So what are you guys' ratings on the movie?
Out of 10, so like 10 being the best and 1 being the worst.
Well, give us 2. 1, knowing everything about the book, and 1 from the perspective of not knowing any details.
Okay, so like...
Those are 2 totally different, like...
I think...
You 2 are just like...
So, I think movie-wise, it was like a 9 or a 10, but I think related to the... accurate to the book, it was more like a 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really made any decisions yet. I have mixed feelings about it. What do you think?
I'm not really sure. Okay. I think it was a good movie. Like, it had good movie qualities. And although it did fall short of a few key points in the book, which brings that down. So, I mean, it's a good movie, although you really should read the book because the book is amazing.
Well, I don't know.
Just don't talk about the first half.
It's a very boy
Book.
thing, and yet we're all 3 girls and we liked it, so what does that say?
Saying that you all will enjoy it. Actually, not many of you.
I'm not a tomboy at all, in case you... I don't know. Julie, what's your rating?
If I hadn't read the book, I probably would have given it maybe a 7 or an 8. Although, if I'm referring it to the book, it might be a 5 or a 6, probably.
Yeah. It's like...
It was good, but it wasn't spot on.
Because, like,
no movies are.
in the book, nothing happened for like 3/4 of it, and then everything happened at the very end. The end was my favorite part of the book. But in the movie, it wasn't like that. There was a lot more action. This video will be full of spoilers, so if you haven't read the book or seen the movie and don't want to be spoiled, then don't watch it. Turn it off.
Now is the time.
Well, first off, I'm not sure if I like or dislike the movie. I haven't decided that yet. The things they changed, I understand why they changed it, and it makes sense. Like, if you haven't read the book, I guess it makes the movie make more sense, and so they can like compress it into a time limit. But as a fan of the book, I kind of wanted it to be more similar to the book. But
Yeah, I feel like there's a few big pieces that were missing from what was in the book.
let's talk about the things we liked about the movie.
The casting was very spot on.
Yeah, I
love the casting.
The casting was really good. All the
The characters fit their personalities.
yeah,
Like the actors and actresses fit the personalities.
actress.
Actress.
Well, there were 2
Okay.
girls. So.
The people in the movie fit the characters in the movie. Got it? Good.
They were good. Like Chuck was perfect, and Gally looked like Gally and acted like Gally. So, anyway, they did a really good job. And let's talk about the things we didn't like, just because it's easier to think of that.
How did you imagine the elevator? For some reason, I imagined it like a regular elevator, you know, not except without music playing for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I thought that was
I
good.
didn't imagine it like a cage.
Although right from like the second it started, there was like a flash of light, and I was like, wrong. It's dark. You can't see anything. That's the whole first chapter. Darkness.
Torches. Torches when you're hiding. Hey
Or
guys, I'm hiding.
it was like just the grievers won't see me if I have a torch. I'm hiding in the cornfield. They can't see the light. Why are you doing that? Wait, no, you just switched topics before we finished talking about the elevator. No, but it's like, I don't know. It's dark in the elevator, so you need light to film. That's how it works.
And I guess, they had little houses, I guess, made out of sticks.
Oh yeah, so I feel like that makes sense in the world, like people who didn't read the books. But I mean, how is anybody supposed to survive a griever attack with houses like that? I mean,
You really check your roofing job.
it's like there was supposed to be like a little cement hut. I don't
Like
know.
a big building made out of cement.
No, like
Or
the
like
the map
lean-to.
room
I
was
don't know
like
how
this
to
really
say it.
small, like house, like a basement. There was
Instead of
cement.
wait, I imagined it like a basement.
And it was a lean-to of
Yeah.
sticks.
Okay, so
I could have made.
okay, the
You could have made.
I could have
the maze layout. The maze changes every night. But here's this layout. This is like what Rachel said. The directors were like all got together. It's like, here are some things that don't make sense in the movie, but we're gonna put them in anyway. Like the maze changes every night, so we can't find our way out. Actually, apparently you
That's
can. Apparently it doesn't
Ready?
change.
Here's a model of exactly what happens, except for this day and this day and this day, because tomorrow it's different and the next day is different, and it's always different. But this is exactly what it is. So
That didn't make any sense.
I know.
How do you make a model of a maze that changes every night?
And they didn't have the
rotator.
words that ended up as the password in the end of the book. You know,
Okay,
the
So-
words.
I really liked how they got out of the maze in the book. I thought that was really cool, but they didn't have that in the movie. They had like this thing
They had, like,
from
this
a
thing.
Griever brain.
Heart.
Something.
They had this thing from like a Griever brain, and it's like a metal detector. It was like, oh, this way, okay, this way, no, this way now, and then it was like the Griever hole. What was that? They mentioned the cliff in the beginning, but they don't show the cliff. The cliff is what gets them out, and the cliff wasn't in it. It was a Griever hole, and no, that's not what happened.
In the movie, the end was the saddest part. I cried. I cried. I cried.
Yeah, and it was like the people were already dead.
Yeah.
And okay, but I'm glad that Chuck died almost properly. It was a knife wound in the book, but I mean, a gunshot was, I guess, the next closest thing. I don't know, because I was worried when he was like on the ledge that he was going to fall off or die by a Griever's hand, which wasn't worthy enough for him at all. It would still be sad, but I feel like Chuck's sacrifice said a lot about his character and his relationship with Thomas. And so even though he was like my favorite character, I'm glad he died properly.
Properly.
If you gotta die, you gotta die right. What do you think?
Okay, well, I don't really. I mean, I cried at other movies. I cry a lot at movies, so
Yeah.
my judgment may not be worthy to deaf people.
Well, I do too.
You can ask her. I was sobbing.
We're the
She had to hand me
cry-
napkins. I was like,
Yeah. We're the crying fan girls. I might cut that out. Teresa.
Oh.
I feel like she did sort of have the look, but she didn't have the voice. Her voice is like, I don't know, rougher than Teresa's would be, maybe a bit rougher and lower than I thought it would be. I don't know, but they didn't have the telepathic thing. I thought they might when Thomas stung himself. I thought that you might have seen a glimpse of that, but
Well, you probably shouldn't ask me, but I was really kind of disappointed, I guess, with her character. I mean, how she was introduced in the movie. Not really the part when she says Thomas's name, after, when she finally wakes up. Although when she wakes up and she starts throwing rocks.
though that was fruit.
Fruit! Oh, I thought it was rocks. Oh,
That-
well.
was
there might
funny,
have,
even
there
though
might
it-
have been a few
Yeah, it
rocks.
was
Like,
funny,
she just
but-
carry rocks. No, I thought it was. I kind of liked it. I don't know, just because Chuck is like, girls are awesome.
Are girls always like this?
And then Newt's like, I don't think she likes us very much.
Yeah.
Like Chuck is kind of. It's more like sarcastic and sassy than Mino. I say Minho, but apparently it's like Mino or something. When Chuck's about to be taken by the Griever during the only Griever attack, Thomas is like, don't let go! He's like, no! Ish, man. No clunk, man.
It brings the lighter element to the Maze Runners because it gets a little deep.
Deep. Does it really? Because I don't think it's a guy thing, so I don't know if they have the
Okay.
capacity. I might have
If
just
you
lost.
are like the three of us, deep.
Deep. If you're her, it's deep. I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's really weird because I read the book before I started 7th grade, so it's been like 3 years or something. Yeah, it's been a little over 3 years since I read the book, and I don't remember everything. The whole beginning, it was like right off the bat, I was like, wrong. No. What is this party thing going on? The fight?
Out of your three options, for the Divergent fans, the Hunger Games fans, the new Maze Runner fans.
New? What about it?
Which movie do you think has the best quality?
Ooh, I'd say Divergent. Like, I won't say Hunger Games because Catching Fire was really good. And the first Hunger Games movie was really good. Just shaky camera. It was just, the whole thing was like, blah. And so, the Catching Fire was amazing, which is the only reason why I was hesitant. But I think Divergent might be better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, our mom said, like, at the end of Divergent, she just wanted to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
And stuff, but after the Maze Runner, it's like, I could do with a little bit of waiting time before I saw it again.
It's one of those movies where you can see it once in a while, and it's, like, really good when you see it, but then it's not, like, a movie that you watch 5 times a day.
Once you actually get the movie, you probably won't watch it as much.
Yeah.
You know.
Kind of like City of Bones.
Sorry.
It wasn't, like, a gory movie, but it did have gore in it. Like, there was some gross parts, like the cutting his neck. I was like, oh, okay then. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And,
No, I saw that and I was like, that's not what I remember.
I don't remember
I wasn't
that.
prepared for that.
I wasn't sure if they were actually cutting his neck or cutting the weird little thing on his neck.
Yeah.
The rope.
No, he was, like, spitting up blood,
Yeah,
so
I
it
was
was
like,
like they were,
oh.
like, half killing him. So it's like, you're gonna die anyway, we might as well, like, get you halfway there.
Guys, when I die, don't do that to me. Okay? Just don't. Okay?
I'll be the first in line. There was a lot of Griever squishing. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of, like, brains and Griever guts.
Way to crush your brains.
Okay, the Grievers were not right. They were like spider scorpions.
Middle East.
Yeah.
Spanish scorpions.
Well, yeah, versus like in the book, I always pictured them like slugs with metal spikes sticking out. I mean, they did have legs and like it's like a scorpion tail, but most of the time, like if to go like faster, they would like go into a ball and like roll, and they were just.
I imagined like a giant bug, I guess, for some reason.
Well, for me, it was like a slug with like arms sticking out and like a flashlight. So it was like
Yeah.
like a like a Dalek. They were like slug
yeah.
Daleks.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh, that's how I had pictured them, like slug Daleks.
The best way to describe what I pictured them is not what was in the movie.
Yeah. But I mean, they were still terrifying. Like
Their faces, those were the worst. They were like
it was so dramatic.
gushy, and their teeth were half their face.
I thought that was
They kind-
okay. Like
Oh.
the fleshy part was like okay, but yeah.
It was okay then.
They kind of reminded
Yeah.
me of like an old decaying grandma face, I guess.
You know
For some
Monsters
reason. I don't know
Inc.
why. It just
You know-
there was one scene where it looked exactly like that, and I was like, "Whoa, that's
But
nice."
you know the lady in Monsters Inc. That's kind of that.
Oh, yeah, the
brownish
slug.
color? Yeah, the sluggish. That's kind of
Roz.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought of. Like I thought of her face when I saw their face, which is kind of weird because they're polar opposites. But
I don't know. She's based off of like a slug, so slug.
I
they're
meant
slug
polar
creatures.
opposite of like movie bases.
Yeah,
They're actually in.
Scratch
your head.
Scratch my head.
I don't really remember everything that was explained in the book, but I feel like they explained more than they did in the book. Like in the book, like you didn't understand what was happening until the death cure. But now, I feel like you have a better understanding. It's like I feel like you'll know more before the movie Scorch Trials, since I'm assuming that's coming out in like 2 years or something.
Also the bugs that say Wicked on it, I didn't see any of those.
When he was
Yeah.
like, before Ben attacked him, I thought he was gonna see a Wicked bug. And I was like,
Yeah.
Wicked, nope. Just a
And on
corpse.
Teresa's arm, the Wicked is good. When she wrote it.
Yeah. Is it the dreams? I feel like that's where they were saying Wicked is good. Like, Thomas was the one that said Wicked is good. Not Teresa. I felt like it was really powerful when Teresa said it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm confused
Whoa.
now.
It
But, no, then, I don't know.
It had its moments. It wasn't as big as it should have been.
Minos' hair. How did he keep like that? It was
Like this. Right? Oh, it's,
it was like beautiful.
What?
His hair.
That's not beautiful.
No. His hair was like perfect.
Whose hair?
Mino, whatever his name is. I don't
Mino?
know how to pronounce it. Everyone changes it.
Products, but, they set up only the necessities, like hair products. No, I don't know. He's born that way. Gosh, Julie.
or how Galley's death was a little.
He comes back in the third book.
I know.
Why did he die?
Well, Joy, the girl,
I know he
the
might
woman
have
who
not
faked her
died,
death.
but
I know, obviously he's not gonna die. But I mean, he got a spear through his chest. It's gonna be kind of hard to save him. That's why you're not gonna see him for the next movie. There was like not much Teresa and Thomas, and
I don't mind that.
There wasn't really that at all.
I know people who, like, after the Scorch Trials and, like, Death Cure and stuff, they don't like her. But I do, because
I
in
like her
books,
right now.
first come, first serve is true love, okay? I always, like, ship what the authors write. I rarely, like, maybe 3 times I've shipped something that wasn't actually in the story. So, Thomas and Teresa... the closest thing you got to see with like a relationship between them was
Probably in the treehouse scene.
Maybe.
well, it wasn't
Not really, but
after she woke up from her coma, which they didn't really say it was a coma. No, they didn't say it was a coma.
When she was chucking fruit at them.
Yeah, I saw a bag of tomatoes, which is why I think it was fruit.
Oh.
Maybe they just kept rocks up there, just in case.
I know. How did she have it? How did she get a knife with her up there?
I don't know. Maybe she was like she woke up and she was like pretending to stay in the coma, and somebody with the weapon was just like not paying attention. She just took it and ran and brought some tomatoes, because if you're gonna get food, tomatoes is the way to go.
There's a few connections. A few.
There wasn't enough romance in this movie. What are your expectations for the next movie? Since I'm assuming they're gonna make it again, because if they don't, I will get them.
Not a repeat of Percy Jackson. Promising.
No, this was so much better than Percy Jackson. It was.
By far.
A lot better.
We won't even go there because
Even though I think
All the way over there.
that's it. Over there.
I like the
And this
Percy
is, like,
Jackson
right
series
here.
better than... I like the Percy Jackson series more than the first book of the Maze Runner, though.
The movie
But
is a
I
little
feel-
topping though because
The movie...
well, let's not even get into that.
The thing with the Percy Jackson movies is it feels like they just need to start over, because it's like already wrong. Like the cast is already so old that it's like you don't have much time.
Percy Jackson, take 2.
If they ever get to House of
Action.
Hades,
Oh, wait,
Logan Lerman
I
will
have
have like
no
a
room.
beard and gray hair.
Walking
No.
with cane.
walking,
Walkers.
walking with a cane.
I'm skipping. I don't know what that's happening. But like with the Maze Runner, I feel like it can improve. Like the next one can be maybe a bit more similar to the book and stuff.
That's how the I feel that's how the 2 Hunger Games movies went.
Yeah, I feel like it's sort of like the Hunger Games. Like it doesn't need to be. The first one was good enough that the second one just needs a bit of improvement.
And the quick changes, like there's big expectations for Mockingjay Part 1 because of what we've
Huge.
seen. Because we have seen the effort of improvement in Catching Fire from the Hunger Games. It was amazing.
And we've seen the trailer, so
So
Watch
out.
Yeah, any other thing that you'd want to say?
Read the book, then see the movie.
Yeah, you should really read the books.
You have to trust the Maze Runner book. I mean, I have to say, honestly, the beginning, actually not just the beginning, like, more than half the book is a little, like,
Confusing.
yeah, you don't really know where it's going.
But I've
and then
heard
the
no idea
last
what's going on.
ending is, like, worth the whole book.
The first...
Sorry.
Austin's taking a break. The first... If you want to read the book, the first book is... I've heard from boys their favorite, but from a lot of other people that they didn't like 3/4 of it, and then the ending is so good, and like for me, I just got sucked into it by the end of the first book. Then the second and third book are really good, and the kill order is also so good. Like the kill order is just all action. It is so good. I thought it was pretty good.
Brofist. No.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the thumbs up. And if you have any other opinions you'd like to add, please comment below. If you want to see more of my videos, like I probably will put a link to my Hunger Games one, like in front of Austyn's head. Then you can click on that, and you can click on Julie's head to subscribe. So, thank you for watching. Bye!
So itchy.
I know.
Maybe it's just this house.
We're all itchy.
I contain myself.
That's what I love about this.
That didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Love about what?
Never mind. It's hard to
Julie, you have to explain it.
It's like how we judge movies so hard. Not really like that. That was a bad explanation.
I'm cutting that out.
It had the right idea.
You should.
That didn't make any sense.
I know it didn't.